given expression here is equal to a cube plus ab into 1 minus 2a minus 2b square. See, there are three terms in this, but if we multiply, if we see this middle term is a product, right? So if we multiply this middle term, we will get four terms. So we get a cube plus ab into 1, which is ab, minus ab into 2a minus 2b square. So that now you get a cube plus ab minus 2a square b minus 2b square. Now the question is which two terms to group. Let us try the first and the second, this a cube and ab. If you see in these two, we have a and a cube. So the HCF you can take out as a. If you take out HCF as a, from a cube you are taking out a. That means a cube divided by a will give you a square. Plus, and from ab you are taking out a. That means ab divided by a will give you a b. Look at the third and the fourth. In third and the fourth, you see there's a 2 that is there in both. So you can take out that 2. So you give a minus sign and you take out this 2. A square is here, but a square is not in the fourth term. Okay, so you cannot take out a square or a. You see b and b square are there. That means out of these two, you can take out the lower power of b, which is only b. And now from 2a square b, you are taking out 2b. So you only left with a square. And because there's a minus sign outside this bracket here, this sign here from minus will change to plus. And from 2b square, if you're taking out 2b, you're only left with a b. So now yes, we are getting a square plus b here, and we are getting a square plus b here. Okay, so our grouping is correct. So therefore, we can take out a square plus b from both of them. And if we take out a square plus b from this expression, from this term, if you're taking out a square plus b, you are left with only a. And from this entire term, you're taking out a square plus b, so you're only left with a minus 2b. So you get this as a square plus b into a minus 2b as your two factors. Okay. See, that is why I told you that in most of the problems, you group in terms of two. And in most of the problem, the first and the second term, if you group, you will get the answer. But if you don't get the first and the second, you try with first and the third. Okay. And the second and the fourth, obviously. So let's try the next problem.
Sir,
Tell me.
sir,
Tell me, what is your problem?
sir, I'm saying that isn't there any way that we can take out the answer at once?
At once. If you can do directly, you can do. What is the method? You have any method?
No, sir.
Okay. At once means, what do you mean by at once? In one step, you will not get the answer. Given expression in 9(2) is 3x square y minus 3xy plus 12x minus 12. See here again, you have four terms in this expression. So we first try the first and the second. If you see, look at the first and the second here, you can take out a 3. You can take out from x square and x, you can take out x. And from y and y, you can take out y. So what are you left with here? If you from 3x square y, you're taking out 3xy, you're only left with an x here. Minus, and from 3xy, if you're taking out 3xy, you're only left with a 1. Look at the third and the fourth. You have 12x and 12. So from these two, to have a plus sign, 12x and 12, you can take out 12. Now from 12x, if you are taking out 12, you'll get x. And because you have a plus sign here, and this bracket here, here. Therefore, this minus sign will remain a minus sign. And finally, from 12, you are taking out 12. That means you get 1. So therefore, now we have x minus 1 here and x minus 1 here. So that means now we can take out x minus 1. From the first term, this term, if you're taking out x minus 1, you're left with 3xy. And from the second term, you're taking out x minus 1, you're left with a plus 12. So therefore, you get x minus 1 into 3xy plus 12. So these are the two factors. Okay. So this was also an easy sum. Moving on to the next problem here. Which is 10 part 2.
Excuse me, sir.
Tell me.
Sir, can you send all the PDFs which you sent before the holidays in the group, sir, please?
Ask your friends, they will send you. It is if each and everyone tells me that send the PDF each and every time, it is not possible for me.
Okay, sir, I'll ask them.
Okay, so here the given problem here was factorize this ax square plus bx square ax square plus ay square plus az square minus bx square minus by square minus bz square. This was a given expression. Now see, if you try to group these two together, and if you try to group these two together, and if you try to group these two together, you will not get because see, if you from the first one, if you're taking out a, you get x square plus y square first. From the second, you cannot take anything out from az square and bx square, right? And similarly from here, you cannot take anything out. So therefore, this grouping will not work, right? So what you see here is that ax square. Now, if you try the first and the third, ax square plus az square, and you try this and this, from these two again you see that nothing is common. Okay, and you cannot take out anything, and from these two what is left, you can only take out b. So let's see whether we are getting ax square plus az square plus ay square minus bx square plus by square minus bz square. So if you see from these two I can take out a, I'm left with x square plus z square. From these two I cannot take out anything. So in fact I can take out one. Even if I cannot take out anything, I can take out one. One will always be the HCF. Ay square minus bx square, right? And from here, from the last two, you can take out b. So you get y square minus z square. So what is it that you are seeing? You see that you are getting x square plus z square here, but you're not getting x square plus z square here. Neither are you getting x square plus z square here. So all three are different. So therefore, this grouping is wrong. Okay. So therefore, we try another grouping. So what do we try now? What we try now is first and this. That is, you take the opposite signs together. So you take ax square minus bx square together. You take ay square minus by square together. And you take az square and bz square together. Now see, from the first two, you can take out x square easily. And if you take out x square from ax square, you get a, and here you get b. From here, you can take out y square, you get a minus b. And from here, you take out z square, you get a minus b. So now we are getting all these three same. So therefore, now you can take out a minus b from all the three to get Now from this entire term, if you're taking out a minus b, you're only left with x square. From this entire term, you're taking out a minus b, so you're only left with a plus y square. And from this entire term, you're taking out a minus b, so you're getting z square. So therefore, a minus b into x square plus y square plus z square are the two required factors. Okay. Now, this requires a little bit of, uh, in the beginning, you might just you get it wrong if you group the wrong terms together. So you just have to keep trying. And the last problem from this set, 11.1. Given expression here is x minus 1 minus x minus 1 whole square plus ax minus a, right? So now in this problem, if you see, I have an x minus 1 here, right? I have x minus 1 here. And what I see is that from these two, I can take out an a, isn't it? If I take out an a, what am I left with? X minus 1. So I'm also getting an x minus 1 here, right? So that means we'll group these two together. This will remain as it is, and this we are going to take together. So therefore, what we do here is we write x minus 1, group the first and the second. Now see, we have x minus 1 whole square. This is a repeated factor, right? X minus 1 into x minus 1 plus, and from the last two, as I told you, you can take a out, you're getting x minus 1. Now this is the step that you will have to be very careful here. See, x minus 1 has the power 1 here, right? X minus 1 has the power 2 here, and this has the power 1 here. What you can do is you can add another step to this. You can say let x minus 1 is equal to y. This is what you can do to make your task easier. So therefore, the given expression becomes this x minus 1 is y minus this x minus 1 whole square. So this becomes y square plus, and this is x minus 1, you get ay. So now from when you're getting this expression, if you see y is here, y square is here, and y is here. So you take out the HCF from all the three, the lowest power of y, which is y. So what are you left with if you are taking out y? From y you are taking out y, you're left with a 1 minus from y square you're taking out y. That means y square by y, you're left with a y plus, and from ay you're taking out y, so you're only left with an a, right? So now you put back the values. What is the value of y here? The value of y we had taken here as x minus 1. So y is x minus 1 and 1 minus y here is again x minus 1 plus a. Now you open the brackets within the curly brackets. 1 minus, because you're opening this bracket here, the sign inside the bracket will change. 1 minus x plus 1 plus a. So you're getting x minus 1. 1 plus 1 will add up to 2. You will have an a and you'll have minus x. So these two are the factors. Okay. I hope all this is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I have one other problem here. Okay, let's finish this also. This is very similar to the last one. Given expression ax plus b square x plus aby plus by minus ax plus by whole square. See, you have 5 terms here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But this ax plus by is a whole square here. This is a repeated factor, right? So what you do here is you try to group the first and the second, third and the fourth, and you keep the fifth one as it is. So if from here, from these two, considering these two, what is the HCF here? Ax is the HCF. If you're taking out ax, what are you left with? 1 plus a. If you group these two together, what will you get? From these two, what can you take out? You can take out by. You take out by. You're left with a plus 1 minus, and you have ax plus by whole square. You see, these two are the same, a plus 1 and a plus 1. But the problem is this is not the same, right? So therefore, this grouping will not work. Therefore, because all three, these two are same, but this is different, right? So therefore, we must get a plus 1 here also if we are to factorize, but we are not getting. So therefore, our grouping is wrong. So we try another grouping. This time, what will we group together? This time we are going to group together ax first and the third. So we bring together ax and aby, and we now take this and this together, plus a square x plus by, and the last one we write as it is. Now from the first two terms, you see you can take out a, so you're left with x plus by. From third and the fourth, you cannot take out anything. So you can, but definitely if you can't take out anything, you still can take out 1. So therefore you can take out 1. You get a square x plus by and minus ax plus by whole square. See, again we are getting x plus by, we are getting a square x plus by, and you get here you have ax plus by. That means all three are different. That means here also this grouping will not work. That means what is the last option left? To group the first and the fourth. The last option that we have left here is to group the first and the fourth. Which one is the first and which one is the fourth? Ax here is the first. So ax here and by here. We group these two together. Ax plus by. And we group these two together, plus a square x plus aby. And the last one we write as it is, ax plus by whole square. Now ax plus by, you cannot take anything out, so you can, but you can definitely take out 1. So you have ax plus by left. From the second, third and the fourth, if you see a square and a are here, you can take out a, okay? And you cannot take out anything except a. So now from a square x, if you're taking out a, you are left with ax only. And from aby, you are taking out a, you are left with by. So see, you're getting ax plus by, you're getting ax plus by here also. And what you see, that we already have ax plus by whole square here, right? So we are getting ax plus by throughout. Maybe the powers are different, but we are getting ax plus by. So what we do here is, just as in the previous one we had done, you can say let ax plus by is equal to z. Okay, so therefore given expression becomes z, this part is z, z into 1 is z. You go, if you want, you can write 1 into z plus az minus z square. Now from these three, you can take out z. You take out z. If you take out z, from 1 into z, if you're taking out z, you're only left with a 1. That is, from z, you are taking out a z. You're left with a 1. Plus, from az, you are taking out z. You're dividing az by z. So you get a. Minus, and from z square, you're taking out z. So you're left with z square by z, which is simply z. So now, put the value of z back. Z is ax plus by. You have 1 plus a minus z is ax plus by. So this, what remains here is ax plus by. Now you open the brackets within the curly brackets. So you have 1 plus a minus ax, because you're opening the bracket, this plus sign will change to a minus sign. So what are you left with here? Ax plus by into 1 plus a minus ax minus by. And therefore, these are the two factors. Okay. So that is what is grouping of terms all about. Fine. We start with the next type of factorization. The next type of factorization is factorization by using algebraic identities. Now, what do you mean by factorizing by algebraic identities? We are going to use, first we are going to use these three. A square plus 2ab plus b square. A minus b whole square is equal to a square minus 2ab plus b square. And finally, we are also going to use, very importantly, third one. Third one is the most important, which is a plus b into a minus b. Now, how can we factorize with the help of this? See, a plus b whole square means what? A plus b whole square, a plus b whole square actually means that a plus b whole square is nothing but a plus b into a plus b, right? This is what it means. So therefore, if you have any expression in the form a square plus 2ab plus b square, you can write it as a plus b into a plus b. Similarly for a minus b whole square also. Let us take an example. Let us see the first one here. 1, 1. Given expression here is x square minus 12x plus 36. Now we want to express this in the form a minus b whole square. Why a minus b whole square? Because I see that x square is a perfect square, because x square can be written as this. 36 is a perfect square. This can be written as 6 square. So we are getting our a square here and we are getting our b square here. What is missing in between? What is missing in between? Minus 2ab is
2ab.
missing. Minus 2ab is missing, right? So what we'll do here is, because there is a minus sign, we'll give a minus sign. Now the question is 2ab. So we'll put a 2 as it is. Here, which one is my a? A here is my x. Remember, a here is not x square. A here is x. 2a, right? And what is b here? B here is 6 and not 6 square. 6. Now you check whether you're getting this 12x or not. Are you getting 12x? Yes, you are getting 12x. That means this is of what form? A square minus 2ab plus b square, which can be written as a minus b whole square, right? So let's try this. This is the way you should be doing. Whenever this kind of expression is given, you will see first, you will, for the first term, you will have this as a perfect square. So this is your x square. You'll write the middle term as it is, 12x, because we don't know whether it is 2ab or not. But what we definitely know is that this 36 is also a perfect square, which can be written as 6 square. Okay, so we have got our a squared term, we have got our b squared term, right? Now we will check whether this is our minus 2ab or not. We'll check in the next step. Okay, so here, what is our a? A here is x. What is our b? B here is 6. So therefore, given expression is x square minus, and you write the b square here also, plus. Now we check for the middle one. Twice a here is x, so 2a. B here is 6. Are we getting 12x? Yes, we are getting 12x. So that means this is of the form a minus b whole square. A here is x minus b here is 6. So x minus 6 whole square. So which is, you can write this as, this is called repeated factor, as I told you. You can write this as x minus 6 into x minus 6. So what are the two factors? X minus 6, x minus 6. Okay. We take another example. And this will be the last one. We'll continue tomorrow. 1, 2. Given expression here is 36p square minus 60pq plus 25q square. So what you realize here is 36 is a perfect square. So this is 6 square p square. You write 60pq as it is. And 25 is a perfect square. So you write this as 5 square q square. Now 6 square p square can be written as 6p whole square. So this is a perfect square. You write the middle term as it is. And 5 square q square can be written as 5q whole square. So we have our a squared term here and we have our b squared term here. We just need to check whether this is 2ab or not. Okay, so let's check whether this is 2ab in the next step. So this is our a squared term minus twice a here is 6p, b here is 5q plus 5q whole square. Now check whether are we getting 60pq here. 6 into 2 is 12, 12 into 5 is 60 and p into q. Yes, we are getting 60pq. So therefore this is what form? A square minus 2ab plus b square, which is equal to what? A minus b whole square. So therefore you can write this as a minus b whole square, which is 6p minus 5q into 6p plus.
Sir,
Yes, tell me.
sir,
What?
I am saying that it will be 6p minus 5q and then 6p plus 5q, no, sir.
Say again.